Questions kept popping up that I think would be good, that people were missing, and I wanted to research those myself. I wanted to set my own agenda. I wanted to be at the head of the research table. So that's how I wound up getting the PhD. My research is basically occupational health and safety and looking at people in any kind of work, but primarily in those types of jobs that aren't covered by government regulatory statutes like OSHA. Mostly my work is with farmers or farm families and with truck drivers, people that are usually self-employed, and trying to create a safety culture for them, trying to change some behaviors so that they don't fall ill because of their work or basically to prevent injury.
When I first started in the PhD program, my interest was more in obesity in school children because my background was school health nursing. But as I went through the program, I found that I got more interested in obesity in adults and more specifically in how the environment can influence risk. Most truck drivers are away from home for long spans of time, weeks to months. Some just live right out of their truck. Do they find healthy foods while traveling when every exit has a fast food restaurant? And how can they make those healthy choices? And how can they exercise when they're traveling? My research has looked at, how are they exercising if they do exercise? What exactly are they eating? And how can we make changes to their environment to make it healthier for them?
I first became interested in research as an undergraduate nursing student. I had the opportunity to go out and collect data with one of my instructors, and I loved going out and meeting the people and hearing their stories, their experiences with the healthcare system and how they were dealing with chronic illnesses, and decided that I really had a passion for learning more by asking questions. As a nurse practitioner for neurosurgery at UK, I took care of patients who had life-changing, devastating injuries from all-terrain vehicle crashes, and so I became interested in learning more about those. We know a lot about the ATV problem and the types of injuries that they cause, but there have not been a lot of studies that look at specific interventions and can they prevent the injuries from occurring to begin with. So that's the direction I'm headed in now, is looking at what interventions can we do to teach farm families how to be more safe on ATVs so they can avoid injuries.
A lot of what we do is proactive in research, to see, okay, if we do this one certain thing, whether it be a clinical intervention or like the research that I do on behavioral issues, is how can we see those changes occur? For me, beginning to see that that children's injury rates are going down. We had 365 deaths each year for children on farms a few years ago, and now we're down to 104, which is 104 too many. But we know we're making progress when we see those types of statistics begin to appear. Or to understand from a 4-H group that the helmets that you helped us learn to use in our 4-H horse program have prevented X number of injuries this year. That's really gratifying.
At UK, there is a great group of faculty members there that have been so supportive, have been such wonderful mentors to me that I don't know if I would have gotten that at other universities. I feel like I've had the opportunity to develop a research program, to develop a research study, to go out and do my own data collection, do the statistical analysis on that data, write up the article for that data, and so that's basically what I'll be doing when I'm on my own. So I feel like they have done a great job in giving me the experience that I need.
The faculty have a big impact on the students because they are constantly mentoring you toward becoming a nurse scientist, and they influence the way that you set up your study, the way you ask the questions. Most students have written before, but they haven't had the experience of writing data-based research articles that are going to be published in peer-reviewed journals. So the faculty help you learn how to talk, walk, and act like a nurse scientist.
I think students need to learn to be independent and What they need in a PhD program is a mentor, and to see someone that has a start to finish research program. But they need to understand all of the steps that they have to go through, because that's what they'll be doing when they finish. So they need to understand how to get funding, how to write a budget, how to go out and actually collect the data, and then how to analyze it and publish it or get it back to the people who need to know. I think at UK we probably produce some of the best prepared PhDs in the nation, and the record speaks for itself. From my own project of research and students that I've had, one of my recent graduates is now the head of occupational health nursing at a major university in the nation. And that's pretty overwhelming to think just in a few years you can do that. So I think that they come out equipped and ready to roll with the program of research when they finish.
I feel like it was a great decision to get my PhD. I think it's going to be a great boost for me in the future as far as having that background has enabled me to be a stronger researcher.
I think the opportunities are absolutely endless with a PhD in nursing. I plan to continue building a program of research with my PhD and also continuing to teach so that I can also affect the next generation of nurses.
I like to see other people develop and blossom. And that's the most gratifying thing as a researcher, whether it be a student that I work with or it be a family group or an occupational group that I've worked with, to see the changes and the aha moments that occur. And you can just see when those lights begin to flash for them, and you know you've done your job and that they're going to be ready to walk out and, for in case of students, to have their own ideas and be successful in their own careers, or in the case of the occupational groups that I serve, to know that they've understood what it takes to be healthy in their profession and to safeguard the next generation.